Cheese and Marilyn Monroe.
Are we ready?
Yes,
we're waiting on you.
Hi, my name is Alvan Van.
Hi, my name is Trina Caldwell.
Hello, my name is Gertrude Booth.
Hi, my name is Linda Belfield.
Hi y'all, George Booth.
Hi, I'm Laura Sharp. Hello, I'm Michelle Sharp.
The Nobel Peace Prize is presented to those who work to help humanity. Good evening, Dr. Council, classmates, and audience members. My name is Ashley Van, and I will be speaking to you on domestic violence. Jane Addams received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1931. She worked as an advocate for social reform. Her work included the whole House of Chicago in 1889, and she also served as the president of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, acronym WILPF. The Women's International League for Peace and Freedom was founded in 1915. The League works to create an environment of political, economic, social, and psychological freedom for all members of the human community. The League is also strives to end all forms of violence. Domestic violence contributes to a large part of violence in America. Domestic violence can be defined as a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. It comes in different forms such as physical, sexual, or emotional. Domestic violence happens to everyone no matter the age, sex, or race. According to Medline Plus, women with fewer resources or greater perceived vulnerability, girls who are experiencing physical or psychiatric disabilities or living below the poverty line are at even greater risk for domestic violence and lifetime abuse. Common myths include that it only happens to poor women and women of color, that some people deserve it, that is a personal problem between a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, sometimes girlfriend and girlfriend, and sometimes boyfriend and boyfriend. If it were that bad, she would just leave. Domestic violence is not an easy issue to solve. There are many ways to help reduce the frequency of domestic violence, and the most important tool is education. So there are a lot of foundations, such as the Battered Women's Shelter, who help to educate people on domestic violence in order to help to limit the term that it happens in America. I have a few posters. The first one, this is different statistics. These are statistics in 2003 in the whole United States. Each number represents millions. So, for instance, in Virginia it says 23.13 million. So that's about 2.31 million people, not 2.31 people. These are statistics in Virginia in 2003, and these are in 2007. So, pass that around. This one has the cycle of violence, and these are different ways that people use power and control. For instance, they use their people around them, like say you want to emotionally abuse somebody. You use the people around her. You may talk bad about it to her friends, talk bad about it to her family to get everybody against her or him. You use verbal attacks, such as calling somebody stupid constantly, you're ugly, nobody else wants you, things like that. And these are the different results of domestic violence. You have unwanted pregnancies, innocent children, you have physical scars, sometimes there's judicial consequences, and depression is a leading cause. The Battered Women's Shelter, it helps to promote education, and it also is a shelter where women can go who have been victims of domestic violence. And so I would like to make a donation to the Battered Women's Shelter of at least $100. So if anybody can donate.
I'll be glad to. I think I'll give you at least $30.
Okay.
I would donate 50.
Okay. Are there any questions?
And I'll donate 50.
As far as, do you know of any any shelters in this area?
There's one in Portsmouth. It's downtown.
Okay, and so if the person is battered and they have nowhere to go, what if they have family here do they go to the shelter or do they go to their family?
A lot of people don't go to the family because it's not safe sometimes. Because like one of the myths is if she really wasn't that happy or she was really unhappy, she would leave. But the National Organization of Domestic Violence is domesticviolence.org in Minnesota. I think it's in either Minnesota or Michigan. They say that that's probably sometimes the most dangerous thing to do is to leave and go to a family member because the person who's attacking you knows where you are. So
I have a question. Are there any cases where the husband is the victim?
yes, and that's another myth that it only happens to women.
Do they have a place for them to go to? Or?
They have shelters, but they don't necessarily call them, the battered
Right.
men shelter.
Right,
Because
okay.
a lot of times men don't report it
Right.
because it makes them look less masculine.
Right.
So, a woman being attacked, how does she know where to go to the shelter? Is it someplace I could just go and automatically?
A lot of that stuff is online. Now, in order for you to find out where you can go, it'd be a situation where you would need to call someone. So if you're being attacked and you feel like you're in a situation where you're unsafe, the first thing they tell you to do is call the police. And a lot of times the police would direct you where you need to go to get out of the situation. Yeah.
Well, I have a comment. I had an experience with a neighbor that was going through domestic violence, and she called the shelter, the hotline, and I got involved because she ran over to my house with her 3 children, pouring down rain. None of them had shoes or coats on. And she said, you got to take me to the drop-off point. So I had to drive her. It was downtown where the old cleaners, beside Gregory Thomas Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to drop her off there. And they came to pick her up. They waited until I left before they left, so I couldn't see which direction they were going in.
So it's not a place where you can go directly to a house?
No.
Okay.
That's why I say they wouldn't post on the internet it's such and such and such, but that's why I say a lot of people call the police and that's how they find out about these different shelters. Or you know a friend that was in trouble and they know where to go and things like that.
When this happened and kids are involved and this woman wants to go somewhere, what about the kids?
The battered women's shelter, from what I was told, because there's a girl in one of my classes who was affected by domestic violence and she was telling us about it. They have a program for children and they have it where the women can come with their children to stay there.
Okay. How long can they stay in those shelters?
I'm really not sure. I can find out for you though. But I know she told me that she was there for maybe a few days, maybe a week. And then there's some shelters where you can only stay during the nighttime, but during the day you had to be somewhere else and things like that. So that's kind of difficult. They also take donations for clothes. I know they take cell phones and they take children's toys for the children and they take ink cartridges because they get money for the ink. Any other questions?